Kia ora team, George here from Touch NZ. Now we all enjoy a bit of touch, but without a proper warm-up, the chances of being injured are massively increased. So to keep you on the field and out of the emergency room, Touch NZ have made a short and easy warm-up series for all levels, proven to lower the chance of injury by close to 50%. So head on over to our site and check them out. Play safe, play smart.
Ai, ko te iri, ko te urunga tū, ko te urunga pai, ko te urunga mā tike tike, ko te urunga mā ranga ranga, e hika mā matike maranga mōrena. And welcome to the 2020 Bunnings Warehouse Junior Touch Championship. E hika mā ko te aorere Pewhairangi tōku ingoa. My name is Te Aorere Pewhairangi and I'm lucky to be joined by Michael King. Michael, we have a big morning, we have a big game coming up.
Tētahi, tēnā koe i te ranga tira mō tō mihi i te ata nei. Nō reira, tēnā koutou katoa, e tuake nei ki te mihi ki o tātou whānau. Kia ora, yes, and thank you, Te Aorere. Kia ora everyone, my name is Michael King and I'm the General Manager Sports Operations for Touch New Zealand. It's great to be here on day 2 at the 2020 Junior Touch Nationals, and I just want to put a big shout out to our sponsors, Bunnings Warehouse and SAS, and we run under the whole concept of Awhi here, so wonderful to be a part of what seems like a bit of overcast day this morning.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think the players will be inviting this weather. It was a hot day yesterday, no wind at all, so no doubt on day 2 they'll be happy that it's a cooler day. The legs will be sore from yesterday and they don't have to battle the heat as much as they did yesterday. Heoi, our first game this morning is between Waikato A and Wellington in the under 16 boys grade. Waikato have had a great start to the tournament. They went 3 from 3 yesterday. But you mentioned you know the coaching staff for this Waikato side.
I do know the coaching staff for Waikato. We've got Tamainu Hurirama and Tamati Nock is the coaching staff, and also in a voluntary role under this team is Mede Nock, an old student of mine from back in the Hamilton days, so it's good to see them leading this young Waikato team. But yes, Waikato has had a good start today. Game results from yesterday, they played North Harbour, winning that 4-2. Their second game was against Taranaki with a convincing win, 10-1. And their final round game was against Southland, winning that 7-4. Wellington, on the other hand, had quite a mixed day with a loss, draw and a win. Wellington against Otago going down 6-2. Then with a draw against Manawatu, and then a win at the end of the day against Taranaki 6-7.
Yep, so Wellington will be looking to make a good start this morning. They'll be hoping to stay in this competition. We're taking out the big guns, Waikato, here on day 2, as we see the players lining up, waiting for the world-famous 2-minute music to finish up. We see there's a bit of wind out there. Do you think that'll be a factor in this matchup?
Just looking at the flags in the background, I don't think it should play too much of a part in the game. But yeah, look, what I do know from the Waikato program is that they have been doing quite a bit of work in their junior program over the number of years. So it'd be really good to see with this young crew of under 16 boys how they go today. Wellington have always been a force.
All right, so we have Wellington here making their first play of the tournament. They run a backdoor down to the right side. Looks like their striker, number 15, Isaiah Opai, is keen to get his hands on the ball early on in this matchup. Set up for their final hit. Good defense there by Waikato. Waikato coach Tamainu Huirama will be happy with that defensive set. And a nice transition here from defense to attack. Good little check there.
We see Waikato over halfway now, just looking for those extra passes and trying to make as much as they can off the yards as they start to set themselves up.
So Waikato here, breaking the line, looking for a mate. Waiting for the ref's call. Yep, we get the nod from the touch judge referees. And Waikato strike first, and it was a nice little play here by Waikato. Their transition, I mentioned earlier, from defense to attack, going the length of the field, setting up for a nice scoop play and finishing nicely.
Great scoop play by number 9, Isaac Cullens there, and finding his player running on the inside, Pūtoko. So well done, Waikato, first marks on the board.
So we see Waikato, Wellington back on the attack here. Shakur Maere Cowan there on the field. Waikato have intercepted the ball. And back to their yards. They'll look to go to the box here, get some fresh legs onto the field.
Unfortunate, didn't pay off for Wellington. Just set themselves up for a 32 play, but just a fumble. Now they find themselves defending as Waikato on the attacking 10-metre line. Just a simple run around, looking for hands. These young boys not afraid to give the ball some air.
Oh, it's great eyes up footy this, played by Waikato. No doubt they've practiced a set yards pattern into a striking play, but they're just keeping their eyes up, looking to see what the defense is doing before running their plays. And they're giving nice little check-offs to add a few more meters to their yards.
Call by referee Moore there, so just heads up on the referee. So we got Moore, who we just saw on the screen there, from Queensland, level 4 badge referee. We've also got Kitty Martin from the Bay of Plenty province, another level 4, and Ben Parnell from Counties Manukau.
Yep, as we see Waikato get their second try. It's a nice little play here. They get the winger involved. Usually our wingers stay outside, but we have a nice little chopping play here by the winger. It's awesome to see Waikato not only getting their middles and links involved, but also their wingers. We spoke a lot yesterday about the mixed teams getting both the boys and girls involved. And we see another demonstration of everyone playing from 1 to 3, getting their hands on the ball.
There was a really nice variation by Waikato down there, because you generally run their backdoor passive line, but Waikato added in the wing chop on there. So yeah, very intelligent move there.
And we see Wellington line getting a little bit sloppy here. Some good officiating by Moore, Kitty Martin, and Ben Parnell. And you mentioned Moore, our ref from Queensland. Will there be a big difference between the reffing styles of New Zealand and over the ditch?
In some areas, but on the whole, we've done a lot of work around the consistency area. What they are probably used to more so, because they play 12 months of the year, is kind of consistent fast pace, and they're used to probably keeping the space between players a lot wider. So our referees, especially through the field, look at a 5 to 6 Aussies, normally in the 7-metre range there. As we get a turnover, and again, Waikato make their way to the subbing box area.
I like their yards pattern. They're giving that extra little check off there, but they're unfortunate. They're calling for the ref to penalise the defensive line of Wellington, saying that there was a hand in that play the ball. However, Wellington now working towards their box. Look to bring some fresh legs on in the form of Wakamoana. Working alongside number 4, Waka Junior, Potu.
I think they set up right on that one, Wellington, but I think when you're going for the scoop, if you end up scooping and keeping the ball in one hand, then it actually tells the story. It makes it a lot easier for the defense because they're probably not really going to pass when the ball's in one hand, unless you seen some old videos of Peter Walters back in the day. Maybe you would try something, or you're a Sonny Bill Williams exponent.
Absolutely. Peter Walters was a master at tucking the ball under the armpit and then flicking it out the back. Yes, definitely. It's important to hold the ball with 2 hands, having that ability to pass it left and right, as we see Waikato throwing the ball around here. Like you mentioned before, they're not scared to throw it around.
With the strike set up by Barclay and number 15, Mola. Nice defense this time by Waikato, by Wellington, sorry. Their strike rate by the Waikato team has been quite high so far, but better comms from the Wellington team on that occasion. If you just tuned in, we got Waikato leading the game so far, 2 Wellington 0.
So Wellington are rewarded with a penalty after a good set of D. They look to yards up the field. Their striker Isaiah Opai and Arikirangi Tongia, both in the middle here. The Waikato defensive line caught offside there. So they're welcoming this Wellington attack into their red zone. I'd like to see Wellington throw the ball around a bit here. Their moves are a bit static at the moment, looking for that 3-3, those 3-3 plays. Here we go, they go to the 32 drop. Nice short ball with the left foot. Right, good defense there by number 12, Hiraka Waitai Hainga. Good defense there by Waikato. They look to transition here.
Here we go with the Bunnings repay. Okay, that's from an earlier move. Just getting the touch there by the Waikato hands there. Waikato team taking the opportunity to get some fresh legs onto the field as Parnell gives directions for the start of play. As you said earlier, Te Aorere, I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far from the Waikato boys. The heads-up play, they're looking for the extra options, not afraid to give the ball some air.
Absolutely, and that comes from a good base. Hika and I talked about it yesterday. It's the kohanga reo, I guess, of touch, and that's the nice passing, good dumping, and it's their confidence and their ability to pass that they're giving the ball a bit of air.
Tika.
And being rewarded for it at the moment as we see Wellington look to work towards their box to get some fresh legs on. See number 14 on here, Charlie Rangifetu in the bucket hat. Working alongside number 5, Shakur Maire Cohen. We see the Bruce Lee headband has been a style.
Bring it back, I say.
I was told
Not quite sure who it is these days. Who's it? Bruce Lee's back in my day. What's in your day these days? Is it probably used to Jackie Chan, but he's pretty old school too.
Yeah, it's not too sure who influenced the headband style. But I've been told it makes people 27% faster out there on the pitch.
Right, I'm going to the shop tonight. Buy me one of those things. As we go, Waikato. Again, some straight yards. And let's see if they look for that extra passes. Because it's just, I've noticed that through the yards, but just some simple things, simple mistakes creeping into their game.
Yeah.
Dama and Knock just, probably a bit disappointed.
Absolutely, and that can come off the back of fatigue towards the back end of this first half. 4 minutes left. Waikato have a 2-point lead. So Wellington will look to capitalise on this error. They go to this 32 play, looking for that.
Nice work.
Yeah, they sold it there, but the
thought
ref
Moore had
only gave
I thought Moore had called a touchdown there, but no. Called it a penalty offside play there, probably. The Waikato player not retiring, not probably getting 2 feet back across the line. Let's see what they can set up this time through Rangi Fitu.
So we see their key playmakers, Charlie Rangifetu and Shakur. Maire Cohen out there now. They look to run this dingo play. Nice long ball out to the left there. But the Waikato defence is up to it.
It's not getting the timing right on that strike play.
And the Waikato defence need to be careful here. They've had back-to-back penalties for being offside. They don't want a player to be binned with 2 minutes left in this first half. A little bit disjointed here by the Wellington attack. They look to go to this dingo play again.
This is when you just need a player to get the team back positioned correctly on the field, dump into the 5. Bit of a cardinal sin on that one. And a relief for Waikato.
Absolutely, as they drive out here. They were lucky not to be called for knock-on in that play the ball. But their defensive team will be happy to be back in the sub-box. Fresh legs on the field now. Minute 30 to play in this first half. They'll look to strike once more. Breaking the line here on the short side. Looking for a mate. But the touch is made. And Waikato are rewarded the recount for their efforts.
Kitty Martin just checking with the sideline referees on that one before making that call. Well done. Great officiating. As we're in the last 60 seconds of the first half. Let's see with Waikato. Need to go low. And a flip pass. Beautiful, well worked, smart play there as we see the Bunnings replay. The setup by Waikato, looks for a quickie play, goes in low. Right at the last second, just flicks the ball off to the left as their player chops in. Well done, Waikato. Exactly probably what the coach would have wanted going into the last 30 seconds of the half. So.
Absolutely, a nice little play there. Knew he had his man beaten on the outside. So he knew he would have drawn in that link player. Nice little pop off for the try. But Wellington With 5 seconds left, they look to run this 32 loop plate. But they're penalised for not being square. And that'll do us for the first half. Waikato lead Wellington 3 points to 0 in this under 16 boys grade. Waikato with a good start, Hoa.
A good start, yeah. Look, we're seeing some really good skills from this Waikato team. Wellington, on the other hand, I can see that they've got some good strike plays. It's probably just around their execution and connection, because they're setting up, but the dummy half is not always there, so it's slowing their whole attack move down. So as a coach, you're probably just saying, look, we probably want our comms earlier when we come through the strike area, probably a little bit tighter when they're on there defending their line. They've shown that they can defend this Waikato team, but they just need to make sure that they've got their comms up.
Absolutely, as we see Tamainu Huirama on the screen here, coaching their team. Give you some advice here at half-time. Well, what do you think Waikato need to do or implement in the second half?
I think one of the things that probably just observing this match is we saw the yardage play coming through the field, especially in the first probably 4 to 5 minutes. It was very smooth. They looked for the extra offload, and they played more. They started to move into the middle of the park. Just coming back from the youth trains Tasman, we noticed with the Australians is that they do stay close to the middle of they get back to the middle of the field really quickly. So you can see that's what they're attempting. It'd probably be the big thing I would be saying to the team, not too much around what they're doing on the both attack or defence end. I think that's working well for them. They just tidy up their transition play through the field.
Awesome, and with the refs, we're seeing they're pulling that a big 5 metre with their yards, so maybe these teams can capitalise on that 6 or 7 metre gain line that the refs are giving.
I think with the referees doing that and really trying to create the space does open it up for the boys to actually just use some bit of leg speed, but then it does really require your outside links to be connected, so they're also running those channels. So with big space, there's great opportunity, but that's when you really need your team connected. So, but well done, the Waikato A under-16 boys team leading at halftime 3, Wellington 0, as we just see the wind just pick up a little bit through that first half. It's died down at the moment, so it might be a tale of two halves throughout the day here.
Yeah, absolutely, and we see the wind, it is coming across the field. So for this Waikato side, going from right to left, they could have assistance in their right to left long ball, and the opposite with the Wellington side, their left to rights will have a bit of help by the wind. So we'll see in the second half if they look to capitalise on that, as we see Waikato kick off the second half. Touch 2, making their way up the field, looking for this dingo set. I almost caught it behind his back there.
So you see the Bunnings replay. They start to go in for a strike plate with a loop. Just not getting that connect. Tries to reclaim it off his back as Wellington make their way through the field. Like to see just a bit more closer connection from the Wellington team when they're on the line. Definitely have the skills here.
And that's a good start from Wellington. They defend an attacking set from halfway by Waikato, and then they go the length of the field with a yard set. They don't score a try, but the second best thing you can do is kill the ball in your green zone, in your opposition's red zone. So Waikato, Wellington with the intercept through number 14, Charlie Rangifetu.
Great hands in their play by Rangifetu. And you're so right there, Te Aorere, is that the best thing if you're not scoring a touchdown is making sure you're completing your 6 and getting into the green zone. And then it's just about keeping into the grind there.
So we see Wellington in the grind here. And that could have been the spark that they needed, that little intercept. We talk about the Tai Timu and the Tai Pari, how the game ebbs and flows. And this could be a momentum shift for Wellington if they can capitalise on this intercept. They're afforded a penalty.
And you're so right, you know, like Wellington on attack, they're not too far away from actually make. Oh, what happened there?
Dummy half.
It's a bit of a shame because they were setting themselves up for something. So they come through the field, and that's just pure pace as they go through their exit plan. Just catching the Wellington team, just not getting back on side. And again, this young under 16 boys team from Waikato making their way up to the strike area now. Unlucky, as we see on the Bunnings warehouse replay. Again, nice 3-3 setup. Just unfortunate ball going. Just Wellington player able to get his hand in there, just to cause a little disruption through the play. Really like to see a Wellington player just take control of the yards and really get a go forward. So setting up for their playmakers on the back end.
Yep. Waka Moana, number 8 there for Wellington, had the right idea. Looked to steal a few more yards there, but was penalised for being off the mark. So Waikato back to their half, to their green zone. They're doing well with their 3-3 dingo. Just that last pass isn't sticking. Nice little short side play there by number 12, Hiraka Waitai Hainga. He looked to dummy the quickie there, came blindside, made it look easy.
Very easy. If you're able to have a look back on that, if you're the coach, what you ended up is that both of your middle players turned their shoulders in, which meant that the attacking player just went on the outside and just found that gap. So again, it's wanting to see this Wellington team, because they've definitely got potential to put a good strike play on the line, as we've got one of their playmakers here, Isaiah Opai. Opai and Tungia. Seen this combination in the first half. Let's see what they can conjure up. Here goes long, finds his winger. And this is what we're talking about. And this player had shown potential in the first half, as we see on the Bunnings warehouse replay. Set up, gone short side, everyone mirrors up. The winger is able to get himself free. Beautiful long ball pass. And Wellington back with an answer. Waikato 4, Wellington 1.
Yeah, Wellington stealing that play out of the Waikato booklet there. Anything you can do, we can do as well. So Waikato here with this dingo play. They have the passive link with the second phase play, but great defence there by Wellington.
Exactly, good comms and good connection by the Wellington boys. The whole line moving across.
And we see our first penalty for rolling.
We really need a dominant, well done for the link.
Yeah, and that's a nice little play by Styles Barclay. He knew he had a new set of 6. So they went to that waster. It's usually a quickie play, low risk, and just catching Charlie Rangifetu offside. Charlie Rangifetu making the touch, but the ball was down.
Yes, Rangifetu probably looking for his inside middle just to get under and probably just be there in that zone. And it's always a hard one, especially when you're backing up there on another repeat set of 6. Oh, here we go. Waikato claiming there was a touch called up on the 7-8 metre line.
Was he also dummy half?
I thought he was dummy half. Not that we've ever seen a dummy half score try.
So we have the striker going back to that long ball. Isaiah Orpai with a beautiful right to left. We talked about Wellington using the wind with the left to right, but he's throwing these passes into the wind.
Certainly is. And you talked about the ebbs and flow of the game, and we've suddenly seen Wellington with a flow. Need a stop on this one down so they can come back with a good strike play. But a stop first is what their coach will be asking for.
Waikato here with a nice play. They have good variations on this 3-3 play. They look to go for that dingo again. They dummied it and gave that open side quickie. They're making it look easy out there, Waikato.
They certainly are, and they're coming through the field with really good structure, good pace, good variation, and the setup before the line. What I've liked from this team is that they're not playing from a static base, so they're flowing into this. So well done to the coaching staff there.
So Wellington trying to get that follows play off the back door. Have their two strikers out there, Shakur Maire Cohen, number 14, Charlie Rangifetu. But the Waikato defence is up to it, and that's a good defensive set by Waikato. You mentioned that coaches do hammer home the message to defend that set of 6 after scoring a try. It's important to score a try, but it's just as important to stop tries being scored. So Waikato making their way up the field. They're opening the game up now. Nice little tip on out to the winger. So we wait for the call. The ref is calling it back. I'm not too sure what for.
This is Moore from Queensland, referee, who's over here participating as a referee within our junior nationals. It's always great to have some of our cousins from across the ditch here.
Oh, nice little long ball there. Both teams are throwing it into the wind, and a great finish as we watch the Bunnings Warehouse replay. Left to right here. Wobbly pass, nice take, a good right foot step and dive to finish that one.
And the big slam dunk in there.
Yeah,
Trademark
absolutely.
of these young kids, isn't it, these days? It's all about the dunk.
And also the flick back to halfway.
The flick back to halfway.
So we see Orpai back on the ball now, working with Arikirangi Tongia. Tongia here with the scoop. And the ref penalising. No. Touch pass.
It's been a good combination for Wellington, Tungia and Orpai, especially when they've got their connection going. Been impressed with Orpai, especially in the first half, and the second half he's been able to just connect on his pass, especially to the long ball to his wingers. And again, this young Waikato boys team not afraid to give the ball some air.
And that's a great set there by Waikato. We've mentioned it before. Unlucky to get the penalty there for throwing the ball away. But coming off a great defensive set, doing the yards up the field and killing it far away from the Wellington box. So they have to waste 2 or 3 touches to get their fresh legs on. And errors like this creep in. So great set by Waikato, who are hot on the attack. And you also mentioned Moore coming over from Australia. No doubt this is good experience for these young New Zealand players who will push on to higher honours and will be officiated by Australian refs in years to come.
Yeah, certainly so. And, just recently under the Youth Trans-Tasman, where a number of our teams were officiated by just Australian referees, so that's a new experience for them in their touch journey. And just to be able to sort of see the difference in the officiating, but also to understand that there's a lot of similar traits that our New Zealand referees are doing. So, yeah, the quality of our refereeing is certainly growing. And I know under the leadership of Darren Sykes, they're doing a lot of work to keep the standard growing.
Absolutely, and the officials have done a great job to referee this game. As we see this Wellington side breaking the line, he's looking for a mate, but the defensive line is penalised for holding. There's a bit of a gridiron pass there for it. 1 or 2 metres forward. But they get the repeat set. Number 5, Shaquille Maire Cohen is in the middle there. They run this dingo play. It's been shut down all game by this Waikato defence. I'd like to see them go to a sweep play.
Yeah, I think that would have been a good call, especially when you see the shutting of the links, sweep play, neither just putting the middle link in doubt. It's probably just been a downfall of Wellington, just been a little bit too predictable in their strike plays. As we say that, abracadabra.
They prove us wrong. We talk about how they're a bit static with the attack, but they run a nice follows play here. Shaquille Maire Cohen linking up with Charlie Rangifetu.
I think I heard all the supporters in Wellington say, "What are you on about, commentator? What are you on about, predictable? We're unpredictable in the capital." And here we go in the final 30 seconds of the game. Waikato, a bit of a commanding lead, and will take this win as they open up their Day 2 account with a win against Wellington, as we're in the final 10 seconds of play. Bit of hot potato play at the moment. And just like that, in the final seconds, Waikato come away with a try.
Oh no, the refs penalised them. Thought that was a good way to finish off the half. But Wellington, you one more chance with the play, with the ball, and they kill it. And that's the game. Waikato take out Wellington 7-5 here at Bruce Pulman Park in Papakura at the 2020 Bunnings Warehouse Touch National Championship.